Hello students, welcome to examination preparatory classes. So today we are dealing with the subject risk management and insurance, unit 5. Unit 5 of risk management and insurance, the topic is general insurance. Now general insurance is the contract in which the insurer assumes to compensate the insured in case of any loss or damage. There is a regular payment given of sum of money known as premium. It is a type of protection contract, not an investment contract. In general insurance, what gets transferred to an insurer is actually the variance of individual risk. The latter is borne by the insurer through pooling it and relying on the operation of large numbers. Premium rates may be applied as class or individual rates. Apart from rating, insurers also have to maintain a number of reserves. So this was just an introduction of general insurance. We will understand the following below mentioned topics: meaning, laws related to general insurance contract, GIC, performance of private and public general insurance company, health insurance, fire insurance, marine insurance, and motor vehicle insurance. Students, as we discussed in the earlier slide, general insurance, it is a contract in which the insurer compensates the insured in case of any loss or damage against a regular payment of money known as premium. It is a protection contract. Insurance contract that do not come under the ambit of life insurance are called general insurance. The different forms of general insurance which we will be covering or which we will be studying are fire, marine, motor and other miscellaneous non-life insurance. Like life insurance, general insurance products come at a price in the form of premium. Essential elements of a contract are offer and acceptance, consideration, agreement between the parties, capacity of the parties to contract and legality of the contract. The insurance contract, like any other contract, is governed by the general principles of the law or contract as described in the Indian Contract Act. An offer is made by the insured on duly submitting a proposal and acceptance, which is made by the insurer, usually by the issue of a cover note or a policy. The acceptance is valid only on payment of premium. Premium is the consideration received by the insurer, and promise to indemnify is the benefit received by the insurer. Now, legally speaking, the consent must be based on common intention and understanding, and the parties to contract should be competent to contract, have attained age of majority, possess sound mind, and not otherwise disqualified by the law. The contract should be for lawful purpose. The Insurance Act stipulates that all insurance contracts should be in writing, duly stamped. It must conform to the legal principles of insurable interest, utmost good faith, and indemnity. So after understanding the general insurance contract, so we will now understand the formation of GIC, objectives of GIC, functions of GIC, GIC and its subsidiaries, challenges of GIC. The legal principles governing general insurance contract are the principle of indemnity, the principle of insurable interest, the principle of contribution, the principle of subrogation, the principle of proximate cause. Now, main provisions of the Act, important, that is acquiring the company, appointed day, Companies Act, corporation, existing insurer, foreign insurer, general insurance business, government company, Indian Insurance Company, Insurance Act, Life Insurance Corporation, notification, prescribed schedule, prescribed schedule. It means the schedule to this particular act scheme. It means the scheme framed under section 16 and section 17A of the particular act. Now, formation of General Insurance Corporation of India, section 9 of the act lays down the central government shall soon after the commencement of this act form a government company in accordance with the provision of Companies Act to be known as the General Insurance Corporation of India for the purpose of superintending, controlling and carrying on the business of general insurance and with authorized capital of 250 crore. According to the provisions carried under section 10 of all the shares in the capital of every Indian insurance company which stand transferred to and vested in the central government by virtue of provisions of this act shall immediately after such vesting stand transferred to and vested in the corporation, and every Indian insurance company shall forthwith give effect to such transfer of shares and rectify its register of members by including therein the corporation as the holder of such shares. Some of the functions of the corporation: the carrying on of any part of the general insurance business if it thinks it is desirable to do so, aiding, assisting and advising the acquiring companies in the matter of setting up of standards of conduct and sound practice in general insurance business, and in the matter of rendering efficient service to holders of policies of general insurance. Then functions of acquiring companies, that is under section 19, the subject of the rules, if any, made by the central government in this behalf and to its memorandum and article of association, it shall be the duty of every acquiring company to carry on general insurance business. Performance of private and public general insurance companies: providing universal access and coverage, delivering returns to the shareholders, customer experience and loyalty. Now we will understand each point in detail. Providing universal access and coverage. A detailed micro-analysis or the underlying needs and risk indicate that there is a substantial scope to improve penetration and access across segments. Example, home insurance penetration is less than 1%. Delivering returns to shareholders. India has the highest combined ratio across developed and developing economies and across time periods. This has been largely driven by substantially higher claims ratios. As a result, the industry has delivered poor returns to shareholders. Barring a few exceptions, the returns have been lower than 15%, that is below cost of capital, even in the tariff era. Customer experience and loyalty, that is the third point. The industry has shown improvement on customer service and experience. Complaints have been lower compared to the financial services such as other financial services such as banking, asset management and other life insurance sectors. Health insurance. Health insurance, also known as medical insurance, is a form of insurance which covers the expenses incurred on medical treatment and hospitalization. It covers the individual and family against any financial constraints arising from medical emergencies. So some of the advantages are like long-term care coverage, disability income insurance, mediclaim policy, group mediclaim policy, postal accident policy, child welfare policy, employee group insurance. We will study one after the other. Now, a health insurance policy is a legal contract between an individual or a group of individuals and a company or government program that describes how the medical bills of the individual or group will be paid. So, health insurance policy provisions, that is renewal or continuous provisions, entire contract, grace period, fourth point is reinstatement, fifth uncontestable clause, sixth claims, seventh will be physical exam and auto-spy. What is this physical exam? Insurers retain the right to examine and insured as often as necessary to determine claim legitimacy. However, insurers cannot harass the insured by unreasonable requirements. If insured die, insurers may require an auto-spy to settle cause of loss disputes. Next, 8th one will be legal action. 9th, change of beneficiary. Some of the advantages of health insurance includes prevention, peace of mind, less lost time. And there are few disadvantages also for health insurance, which is premiums and coverage. You know, the main disadvantage of health insurance is the fact that it costs money. Even though it can potentially save a patient thousands of dollars by having it, there are still monthly premiums or quarterly premiums that must be paid in order to take the advantage of the benefits. Then the second advantage is complicated rules. Third one will be lack of choice. Now we study the different types of health insurance. The first one would be long-term care coverage. Long-term care insurance, an insurance product sold very popularly in other countries, that is US and UK, helps to provide for the cost of long-term care beyond a predetermined period. Then we will study disability income insurance. Disability income insurance replaces income not earned because of illness or accident. Disability income insurance is a logical complement to life insurance. Although people do not purchase it as often, one explanation for the less frequent individual purchase of disability insurance is that benefits from workers' compensation, social security, and successful negligence lawsuits. Disability income insurance policies are designated as either short or long term depending on the period coverage is provided. Then we will study the third type of health insurance, that is Mediclaim policy. Students, as you all know, people with the last stage renal disease, people with permanent disability, and seniors above the age of 65 years are beneficiaries under this plan. Medicare normally is funded by the government, federal government. The Medicare health insurance program that is set up for the medical welfare of older people is administered by Healthcare Financial Administration. Then we can study under the same hospital insurance. Health insurance is an important concept in modern times, covering all possible aspects of medical insurance for human. Then group health insurance is an insurance plan that provides healthcare coverage to a selected group of people. Group health insurance plans are one of the major benefits offered by many employers to its employee. These plans are generally uniform in nature, offering the same benefit to all the employees or members of the group, that is called as group health insurance. So in this group health insurance, we have group Mediclaim policy. The group Mediclaim policy is available to any group or association or institution, corporate body, provided it has a central point of administration and subject to a minimum number of persons to be covered by this policy. This policy offers the same coverage as available in the individual Mediclaim policy, but with the difference that in this policy, cumulative bonus and health checkup expenses are not payable. Group discount in premium is however available. Then we can study personal accident policy. Personal accident policy is a cover meant for compensation in case of an accident causing injury or death to a person or persons by violent external means. Insurers pay compensation for death, permanent total disablement, permanent partial disablement, and temporary total disablement. A personal accident policy gives financial relief to you or other insured people if they sustain any injury or death due to accidents. Personal accident policy insurance coverage, the death, permanent total disability, permanent partial disability, and temporary total disability. Then we will finally study, that is employee group insurance. An employee group policy may be issued to an employer. where insurance is secured for the benefit of the employees or for persons other than employer. The employer is the policy owner and establishes the eligible class of employee to be covered under the group policy. Then finally we will study under health insurance, child welfare policy. Secure the child's future and build stronger financial security with a double-edged sword called child insurance. So there are two purposes here in child welfare policy: financially secure the child's future and finance the turning points in his life such as higher education and marriage. Next we will study fire insurance. Fire insurance offer insurance coverage against the losses or damages resulted due to the accidents caused by fire, lightning or explosion. Damages or losses caused by natural or unnatural like storm, cyclone, flood, burst pipes, earthquake, aircraft may also be covered under the fire insurance. Fire insurance has been defined under Section 2 of the Insurance Act 1938 as under the business of effecting otherwise than incidentally to some other class of insurance business, contract of insurance against loss by or incidental to fire or other occurrence customarily included among the risk insured against in fire insurance policies. Essentials of fire insurance contract: written contract, two parties. Point number 3, period of insurance, only protection element. Point number 5, use of word insurance, indemnity contract, utmost good faith, period, insurable interest, proximate cause of damage, subrogation and contribution, no surrender value, then actionable claim. Types of fire insurance policies: we have valued policy, specified policy, floating policy, average policy, declaration policy, adjustable policy, reinstatement policy, comprehensive policy and consequential loss policy. Now we will study fire insurance coverage. The risks covered are as follows: fire, lightning. Lightning in a sense may result in the fire damage or other types of damage such as a roof broken by a falling chimney struck by lightning or cracks in a building due to a lightning strike. Okay. Explosion or implosion, aircraft damage, it can be a riot, strike, malicious and terrorism damage, or it can be a storm, cyclone, typhoon, a tempest, hurricane. Then it can be bursting or overflowing of water tanks, missile testing operations, leakage from automatic sprinkler installation. Then we will understand marine insurance. The coverage of marine insurance is inclusive of all the perils of the sea, that is theft, fire, collisions, etc. in respect of 3 basic areas associated with marine business. That is namely, very important students, please remember this: hull, cargo and freight. Types of marine insurance, there are broadly 4 types, that is hull insurance, cargo insurance, freight insurance and liability insurance. Some of the basic principles of marine insurance are discussed now. The first would be fundamentals of general contract, disclosure and representations of utmost good faith, warranties, contribution, insurable interest, proximate cause, doctrine of subrogation and doctrine of indemnity. Important clauses of marine insurance are lot of not lot, name of the ship and master. Now what is this first point, lot of not lot? This clause protects the insured which is in good faith, insures goods which are on the ship which has left a foreign port in case they were destroyed, reason unknown to him, before he effected the policy. In this case, both the injured as well as the insurer ought not to have been aware of the loss of the goods of the steamer at the time of the insurance. If the insured knew of the loss and did not inform the insurer at the time of effecting insurance, the policy would be void. That is lot of not lot. Then name of ship and master, valuation clause. And then the fourth point would be parties, description of the voyage or duration of the risk, sea perils injured against or the perils of the sea, then memorandum. So marine insurance policies, following what I discussed now are the policies of marine insurance students. The first one would be voyage policy, time policy, mixed policy, valued policy, open or unvalued policy, floating policy, then weathering or honor policy, builder's risk policy, and port risk policy. Then we will understand marine risk. The marine insurance covers many risks. The types of risk covered by modern marine insurance are perils of the sea, fire, theft. It can be war risk, land risk, or jettison. Now what is this sixth point, that is jettison? Jettison means throwing overboard a part of cargo or any other goods in order to reduce the weight in the ship. Please understand this term called as jettison, okay? Some of the cargo is deliberately thrown away with the object of preventing the ship for further damage. Then we will come to clauses in marine insurance policy. Some of the important clauses of marine insurance policy are, waiver clause, sue and labor clause, valuation clause, touch and stay clause, lost or not lost clause, then warehouse to warehouse clause, free of capture and seizure clause, at and from clause, then jettison clause, then continuation clause. Please understand, students, you need to continuously revise these things, then only you can remember the concepts very strongly. Next, motor vehicle insurance. Meaning of motor insurance. Motor vehicles are exposed to various kinds of risks such as theft, fire, road accident, which may result in loss or damage to them. Motor insurance products are developed to provide protection against such risks. Motor insurance is considered as one of the most important segments of the general insurance. Students, even this concept was your part of assignment also. So those were the questions what I had asked you during your assignment also. Need for motor insurance. Let me explain the need for motor insurance. The necessity for motor insurance is felt by everybody, everyone. With the advent of large and powerful automobiles and numerous road accidents which are happening on a day-to-day basis, motor insurance was devised to protect the owner's interest on automobiles against unforeseen loss or damage and also meet the liability for compensation to third party in case of death or injury or damage to third party property. So classification of motor vehicles, we will discuss now some of the main categories. Then artisan, business, commercial, commute, personal or pleasure. Now types of motor insurance, you can say act or liability policy, third party policy, package or comprehensive policy. Now what are the different factors that has to be considered for the premium fixing? When fixing the premium for motor insurance, the factors considered will include value of the vehicle, that is very important, type of motor insurance required, whether third party or comprehensive, age of the driver, experience of the driver, purpose for which the vehicle is used, number of parties wishing to insure the vehicles, age of the vehicle, statistical records of accidents for make of vehicle, number of parties using the vehicle. So these are some of the factors that will be considered for premium fixing. So thank you so much, students, for watching this particular video. So kindly study or revise the concepts on a regular basis, because we should not be getting confused between the different types of general insurance. So thank you so much once again for watching this video.